Yeah.
Back here at the 2019 USAFL National Championships Men's Division I Grand Final. The teams getting in the formation here as we get set for the national anthems. It's the Austin Crows against the Denver Bulldogs. The Crows looking for their second consecutive title and their fifth in 7 years, while the Denver Bulldogs in the Grand Final, Division I Men's Grand Final, for the first time since 2011. They're looking for their 9th Grand Final, the most of any club in history. Brian Barish alongside Rodney Grillisich. Grilla?
Good to be here, Division I Final. Congratulations on the great call with Peter Holden with the women. Looking forward to this, as we like to say, a humdinger. You've given the descriptions. Also, welcome to Tom Ellis. Thanks for joining us again.
Thank you. I'm really looking forward to this.
Tommy Ellis, the US Revolution coach. As we now, ladies and gentlemen, are all in readiness for the national anthems. First off, O Canada.
Check audio for that, please.
Yeah, he's all the way over there. There's no way we can communicate with him. He's got control of it over there.
And now the national anthem of Australia, Advance Australia Fair.
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are young and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land
I'll tell you what, if that doesn't make the hair stand up on the back of your neck, you might want to check your pulse. The 2019 USAFL National Championship Men's Division I is here. Will Austin repeat and finish off their decade with a 5th national championship, or will the team of the first decade of the USAFL come to the fore? As we mentioned, they had won 8 national championships in 10 tries between 2000 and 2011. And Coach Tom Ellis of the USA Revolution, you have a lot of premiership medals hanging around your neck. What is it like seeing your team going up against this side here in the grand final?
Yeah, it's great to be back up on the top with that. You've got the old and the new, and now the old is the new.
That's right. Of course, Austin have dominated this decade as the Denver Bulldogs did in the last. It's the old boys, old dogs for a hard road versus the new kids on the block. A battle of the decades here, Brian Barish.
And the question is, can you teach old dogs old tricks? That's the question here, having been out for 8 years. They, as a club, are the most decorated. They have those 8 D1 national titles, a Division IV title back in 2007, and those 6 Women's Division I titles as well. The Denver Bulldogs are in the blue jumpers with the red and white trim and the white numerals, and they are lining up from right to left. Meanwhile, the Austin Crows, who are just getting together, to our left here, one last from Coach Kenrick Tyrell, and they'll be going from left to right in the blue, red, and yellow.
Your umpires, your main umpires, Ross McLaren, Derek Govier, and Liam Dye. Goal umpires there at Sid Caesar and Daniel Estes. Boundary umpires, Shane McInerney, Hayden Gavine, Chris Donlan, Ray Chamberlain, all from the AFL. Your time and scorer is Toby Person, and auxiliary scoreboard, Ivan Ling.
All is in readiness here. The stars are out. The big stage is here. The red carpet is rolled out. Will Austin finish off this decade with another championship? Both of these teams 3-0 on the weekend, but you need 4 to carry home the John Harrell Trophy.
That's Derek Govier there. I believe he hails from Canada, the fast track program in umpiring. The new kid on the block to take proceedings as he holds the great spirit in the air and says, could this be loved? And away we go. Division I men's final. Take it away, Brian.
Here we go. We have footy in the middle of Lakewood Ranch, Florida, as the ball is handball, long handball up on top. And that one is, well, he sat upon them. In fact, it's going to be a free kick. So here come the doggies. A long and strong kick into the forward line. Couldn't handle that one. Ball comes to ground. The turf flies up. Sand flies up. We're not that close to the beach. And the umpire crosses his arms like a Monsignor. And about 20 seconds on, we'll have a ball up directly in front. Denver attacking to the Christopher Cross side. That's with the wind. As the ball goes up high, knocked to ground by Tyrell, or check that, that's 43, that you see. The man in Brian Malesa, and they were saying a lot before the game. We were talking to Simon Boyce that he's going to be a big factor in this game early on for the Crows.
Send it to the sky. Does umpire McLaren, the rise above me, looking so lovely. A lot of bodies, baby around the ball. No way out of there, says the Joker to the thief. Steal your heart away with the Dread Cherry. Up the line with reactions to find a backdoor man, Denver. The delicately out the side door. Good beat on it is the number 8 for the Bulldogs, and I believe that'll be Duffield. Swings around to the hot spot. Trouble, lots of bubble down there for the Austin Crows. Denver, shot on goal, the Bulldogs, and just miss. They draw first blood to the good old boys on the Cooper's scoreboard. 1 point, Austin yet to score. Tommy Ellis.
Yeah, that's exactly what they need to do, come out of the middle. They've gone long, and then they're holding the ball down there with good set.
Comes out to the near side now. Broad. Oh, what a mark by Chippy. Ben Carpenter Wanyanwu. He is the talisman of this Austin Crow side. Watch him. Number 1 on your scoreboards. Number 1 on your heart. He finds a friendly face down there. And Stefan Barr, as the Denver defender, got a little too rambunctious. So here is Stefan Barr, and he's told to play on. He does into the middle of the ground. Everyone gets high and gets loose, but it's number 5 there for it's Jared Waters for Denver who gets a handle of that juice. Up on the far side now, Denver chasing after it one-on-one, and the umpire has called something, and it will be a free kick to Denver. He'll send that one up the side and wide open. Here is Fleet. He's going to chip that one inside, going up high.
Ooh.
Ball goes to ground. Crash boom opera in the pocket there. Umpire crosses himself because he loves himself, and we'll have a ball up. Opening minutes of football. It's 1-0 Denver here in the Division I Grand Final.
Looks like, Tommy, Denver not wasting their opportunity with the breeze. They're right on it.
Yeah, they're moving the ball very quickly, too. There's not holding up very long.
This is not the way Austin can remember it to be in Division I national finals prior to. Now can they work it through train link balls? They can't. 2-on-1 situation. Make that 3-on-1 in. Denver strength on numbers. Long range shot from downtown. Across the face and into the fence it went, over and out. Throw in about 3 metres around from the little point post. In fact, it's a point. So they move on to 2 points now on the scoreboard. Breeze probably about 2 goals, I guess. Where will I go now? I'll try the left half-back flank, the Austin Crow, and make the connection on the outer side. Umpire McLaren sets the mark, and I'll give it everything I've got. That's a lot of love to the alley on the left-hand side. Almost a good mark there to number 34 from the Crows, who was Tyrell. Meanwhile, there's an umpiring decision, illegal holding. Austin Crows now on the roll. Brian Long and deep, and the man behind the pack says, I'm going to attack and turn this into an Austin blitz. Looks like Kenrick Tyrell for mine, and Tyrell, well, will roll on in. Big shot, big hitter, heavy hitter on the mainstream, like a screaming jet. Whistles through the big sticks. They go up one time, Austin, they shoot, they score a major. One straight kick, that's 6. Denver, 2 points. Brian Barrett.
They go one trip inside 50, and they cash in on the big sticks. And I'll tell you what, you talk about Kenrick Tyrell, the man who played his football in the Northern Territory. He's been to a couple of these. He made his first appearance his rookie year for the Orange County side that was then known as the Bombers in 2014 when they lost to New York. That was a long time ago. Ball in the air, we're underway again. Austin leads by 4. Big Nolan Cox, and there's a bigger Cox brother on the far side who might be running water for his bigger brother, and the ball will go once again, will go up. Of course, we're talking about Mason Cox of the Collingwood Football Club. Ball goes to ground. Denver tries to rustle it forward. Did he get him without the ball? We're looking, and in fact, it's downfield.
Against Denver going the way of Austin, so probably unsportsmanlike conduct, as you call it here, Brian, off the play. Austin, they'll have another shot on goal in the matter of a minute. Tommy Ellis.
Yeah, it's a very intense game right now, but you still got to keep your composure, and that,
Ace
that's
in
just
the
a free
hole,
kick.
distribute, Tom, just cut you out there. They connect on the outer side with the 38. They caught Denver napping 3-8 in the hands of this man here in Dylan Barr. Barr prominent in the last match. Wing, prayer, pump the jam on its way. Is it for burial today? 6 points, Austin Crows on a goal rally. They move on to 12. Denver, 2 points. Sorry about that, Tom.
Oh, it's all good in a big game like this, so you can't give away the free kicks like that. That's just, you got to stay disciplined.
No, you have to minimize your mistakes. You can't turn into a bakery and produce turnovers. That just can't happen if you want to raise the Papa John Harrell Cup. That was the voice of Tom Ellis. You're hearing Rod Grillisich, Grilla, doing grand final number 17 in the men's Division I. I'm Brian Barish. I've only done 6 of these, but hey, they've all been fun. And I'll tell you what, they've played 2 times this year, Denver and Austin. Both times in Denver, once in the Central Regionals and once at the end of the season, and Austin got the full points both times. Cox flying high. He's going to get the ball. No, he isn't, as that one is picked off at the pass, and he is tackled in there, and the umpire says that it was a holding infringement. He tackled him without the football, and you can't do that. Well, no, it wasn't. Now it'll be a free kick, or it'll be a ball up, rather, as there was Malesa again skying high, and the umpire once again crosses himself, and again we'll have a ball up directly in front of Cooper's Field here at Lakewood Ranch.
Passions running deep in the veins of both of these clubs. Both are trying to show who the better is. Denver have always had that mantle for years. Austin, the new kids on the block, wanting respect. At the moment, they've got the respect through the number 2 there in Ryan. Revs it up, lets it ride to the forward line. And calling occupants of interplanetary craft, the number 34 for the Austin Crows was Kendrick Tyrell once again. Big shot, big hitter. Ball saying to him, hit me with your big shot, baby. Fire away. Away in front of the Cooper's tent. Rhythm Rhythm as Tyrell belts it forward, but across the face and through for a minor score, the first blemish. 13 plays 2. That's 2 goals, 1 to Austin, 2 points Denver, Brian Barish.
Lord Kenrick of House Tyrell, first of his name, and that was disappointing, just like the 8th season of Game of Thrones. But they're going to come out of the back now, and they're going to try to be better than the 8th season of Game of Thrones. Picking that one up there is the man in Harry Burgess, and he finds attacking a big, bad Daniel Brown. He's the best player in the whole damn town. He's going to send that one again. It goes inside 50. They get high. The ball doesn't. It goes to ground, and then clearing that one out of the back there was the man in Nick Moretto. And here comes Denver. They trail by 11 points already. They don't want to let the Crows fly too far ahead of them, especially since they have the wind. Up on the far side now, the Crows, and a whistle blows, and it will be I believe that did go out of bounds first. No, I think they're going to award that as a free kick, I think, Rolla.
Let's see if Denver can get their composure. They've been shell-shocked by the Crows in the last 2 minutes. They've been in these positions before. There's still time enough and good enough early in this final fist of fury. Move the imaginary chains down the line. Gain on the play by 30 yards there, Tommy Ellis.
Yeah, they've just scored 2 into the win, so they're in trouble right now. Denver's got to get back some points.
Throw in near the sponsor's sign like a wheel, gonna spin it on back, child. Austin Crows slice them up with handball, light the afterburners and burn, baby, burn towards centre half forward. Where's Tyrell? Well, he's out of it. Austin Crows have 2 in it at the back of the pack attack and turn it to an Austin blitz. Not on the watch of the Bulldogs as they woof it out to the alley on the right-hand side and make the connection. Off to the races are the Bulldogs. They've got a man free down the line, but he's going to run out of space and time. That's the number 6 there being Thomas Cranberry, and he was one of the prime movers and the reasons why Denver were able to get up in their last match, Brian.
Big pickup from the Denver Bulldogs, Tom Cranberry, who won the best and fairest last year out of Division II for the Chicago Swans. So Cranberry coming across from the Windy City, blowing west out towards Denver and helping the Bulldogs into this grand final. Marked up on the far side, and he's going to take his time. Again, they lead by 11 points. That's a long and strong kick down the far side. The ball goes up high. It bounces away. Going in after there was the man in Ryan Garthright, a man that Tom knows well because he was on the Revos, and right in front of the biggest crowd there in the Cooper's Beer Tent. It will be it looks like it'll be a free kick as the Crows moving in towards the square.
And that's Liam Dye, that umpire there. I believe he's 17 years of age. Welcome to the big time out there, Liam. He's got the experience of McLaren alongside him. Meanwhile, we're going to switch it in NXS fashion. Change the lanes, changing attitudes, changing latitudes in this Jimmy Buffett state of mind. But it's the Crows. I want to fly away over seas and trees and all degrees back to the forward line. Strong mark by the number 17 for Denver, and that's Alex Mayberry. Mayberry has the cherry. It's hot, hot, hot out here. Trying the left wing. ESPN alley, left-hand side. Smacked away, fist of fury by Austin. Further up the line, they connect. Like a hillbilly rock star, living in fast forward. Up the line. Don't make the connection. Thumped away there by Denver. Good enough to go back in and get it. Swings it around there, the number 40 for the Crows, and that was Nolan Cox. Cox did a disciplined thing. Denver go to their knees, like down on a knee, a prayer to the Lord. Umpire says too high. High contact over the shoulder, Tom Ellis.
Desperation football back there for Denver. They held that up. That's good.
Kind of early to be forced into desperation mode. They'll come out to the near side and finds Daniel Duffield. Duffield chips that one into the middle of the ground and getting high, and taking the mark was the player there for Denver. So he'll take a look around. He's got fins to the left. He's got fins to the right. He's the only Denver Bulldog in town. Big, booming kick up the far side. The big men fly. It gets behind. Chasing after it on his horses, Wesley Mitchell. It's going to be kept in there by Denver, and I think that might be pushed in the back. Yes, it is. And it'll be a free kick to Denver. They only have the 2 points on the scoreboard. So they're going to hand the ball there to the number 15, I believe, and Derek Hansen. Hansen throws that one on to the right. Inside 50. There was a whistle before the contest.
Pass interference.
Yep, pass interference there. There was contact before it got there, and it will be a free kick. Tommy, they got to take these chances up front pretty heavily.
Yeah, they need to get on the board right away with a big. They don't need any more behinds at this point.
The number 30, the big fella, you can see the factor of the heat, trying to get a breather. He knows that his team needs him here in Fleet. A big ask. Got to draw deep. He's deep in the pockets. Fleet waking up strong this morning, but it's offline and through for a minor score. So on the scoreboard on the outer side, Denver 3 points. Well, it's equal in scoring shots there to Austin, but they trail 3 points to 13 there, Tom Ellis.
Yeah, it's impressive that Denver finally got the ball, moved back down there. They've got to hold this in and get another shot at goal.
Well, Denver, the Doggies came roaring out of the cages, but the Crows have flown right past them. That was their first score since the beginning. Ball up on that far side, and the umpire will say, give that to me. He'll cross his arms like the first rabbi of the first synagogue of Australian rules football, L'chaim. And we'll have a ball up. We're getting near. We're just past the high holy days here. The ball goes in, and don't forget. After a while, this place turns into a shul as the ball goes to ground. And again, we'll have a ball up. Brian Barish alongside Rod Grilisich. We've got Tom Ellis from the USA Revolution national team. And remember, he'll be taking a team of stars over to Australia next year for the International Cup Grill.
15 you could see there for Dallas. Derek Hansen. He was hamstrung and hauled into the deck. Again, Austin, very good at playing the outriders run the pack. Austin almost like a special team movement. Everywhere they go around the ground, they have numbers on the outskirts of the pack. They send it to the alley left-hand side. Denver, though, have built the wall, taken the mark. Back. See someone in the middle. On the highway, they're going to ride it like all afternoon long. Number 18 is Tim Wilson Humphreys. Humphreys hauls, flatliner, breaker, 1-9er, and a good mark. Kept the eyes down, saw the lead here of Fleet's. Lachlan Fleet. He's had a breather since the last time we saw him. Sun not in his eyes, I guess. He was shading. Fleet, well, way back past his reality, but he has got the power load, the payload, the big hitter. Power load, explodes off the right foot. Has it hung in there? No, to the left-hand side. And a couple of critical misses, Tom Ellis, as we'll get a score check. They move to 4 points, trailing Austin, who are 13, Tom.
Yeah, they're going to look back at those shots and lament in the second half.
Well, we talk about Bill Robert, our friend at Stateside Footy, who just retired, and he used to say that if you kick too many behinds, you get your behind kicked. Will that rue the day for the Denver Bulldogs? That one is kicked up the near side right in front of us, bounces high in the air, picked up and run out of real estate there was Barr. I think he thought he was about 10 meters over than he really was, and the ball will roll out of bounds. That's AFL umpire Chris Donlin about to send the ball back into play right in front of the ESPN cameras, and yep, you can tell he's a field umpire. That one went straight in the air, picked up by Brown. Big tackle from behind. Great job in there by Dave Nelson. That was only a quarter Nelson, but that did the trick. On the scoreboard across the away in the outer in front of the beer tent, it's the Austin Crows, 2 goals, 1 behind, 13 points, 4 points only by Denver. Austin leads by 9.
One down by, might have been Tyrell there at the beginning of the pack or fronted square. Thump forward, keep it moving and grooving towards their forward line. Rough and ready football, Roadhouse style. Scrimmages out, no chance there, double tackle. Austin on the ground, free kick, held to him. Umpire McLaren says, give it to me, baby. Hands on hips all around the ground. Who's been doing the fitness? Who's been doing the work at night when the timer's right? McLaren to the air. They rise above me looking so lovely. Ball on the ground. They came to get down. Secondary throw up. See if you can clear the deck there, please, Brian Barrett.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tommy, I want your opinion on this because our viewers who are used to watching in Australia, it's a winter sport there, but you need to have fitness because a lot of teams play in these conditions all year long.
Yeah, it's been 80 degrees all weekend. These guys are on their 4th game. You've got to have fitness in this.
I mean, I'm tired, and I've been commentating matches all weekend, and I know Grilla kind of feels the same. Ball comes back to ground, and he goes to clear that one out. Ball cried the crowd, and there is Campbell who's going to send that one in quickly towards it. Oh, yes! Tyrell! He looked like Stretch Armstrong or Strong Arm. I don't know. Either way, that was a pretty nice mark. Off of 2 steps, and he will be dining on sausage roll. That's 6 more points for Austin. They roll on to 4. Well, we'll have a move out of the way there. They move on to 3-1-19. The lead is back to 15 points. 4 points only for Denver. And Tommy, Denver's got to be really careful that the game doesn't get away from them now.
Yeah, the good news is it's even shots on goal. So they're playing really, really good. They just got to get some goals going.
Tip-off basketball style here. I think we're with Govia, the umpire from the fast tracker from down under. Canada-born, tapped down by Austin. No way out of there. Umpire says, give it to me. No prior opportunity to get the one out. We'll do it all again once there's not enough there for umpire Govia. Ruck contest, aerial in the air. They get their hands up. It comes down through the pack. Number 3 there for Denver. You caught there was Freeman. The number 1 for Denver there is Fleets. Ground burning kick towards centre half forward. Smash forward there by Kramer. Is it the number 8 in Duffield? Duffield, foot long, fancy forward line as he found Fleets. The number 30, Fleets for his 3rd chance, Tommy. Maybe 3rd time lucky.
Yeah, they're now going to have more shots on goal at this point, so that's really looking good for them as the game goes along.
So there's not a lot in this match, Brian. If you consider Fleets had 3 shots on goal, could have easily had 3 by now. The moment is now for Fleet, and is he going to deliver in the moment and the time of need of his side? Right side kick, Fleet this time makes no mistake at all. Denver are by no means done and dusted. Their first goal, that's 1 goal, 4-10, trailing Austin, who are 3-1-18, a margin of 8 points. Tommy.
Yeah, very good. They needed that. This is going to be a game. It's looking like they're both playing very, very well.
Tommy, you played in a game that is still my favorite game of USAFL football that I've ever watched, the 2009 Grand Final when Denver took on Seattle. And I'll tell you what, I was sitting on the outer right where those folks are, and the roar of the beer tent was absolutely amazing. And actually, as we just got our stats from Ben Gluckman, inside 50s, Austin only been in 10 to Denver 7. So definitely an even game, and Denver now moves it up the far side, and that is tackled, and that will be a free kick.
To Denver, that man again who's rallying the troops. I think that's Duffield. Duffield on the field of dreams, Dobbs it long. Austin in front, they went to ground and paid the mark on the outer side. Crows cannot get complacent. Where will they place this? This is sheer USAFL football. Ball now in the air, Alley, left-hand side, no mark. Off hands, called to play on, the umpire says. To ground went the Denver Bulldog. Nothing doing there, says the umpy. In went the big number 30 for Austin. Boom crash offer, as Brian would like to say. But Denver have it on a highway. Right and down the highway like going to the show. No time to go to the byway. Time to rock and roll now out of defence, Austin. And saved down there by the Hooter, ladies and gentlemen. Half-time here, Division 1 Grand Final. Austin, 3 goals, 1-19. Leading Denver, 1-4-10. Tommy.
Yeah, very, very impressed with Denver's game right here. Austin is obviously is picked to win this thing. They're the guys that are supposed to win this, and it's been very tight.
All right, we're going to step aside, come right back with the second half of this one. You're watching the 2019 USAFL National Championships here on ESPN3. Back here at the Lakewood Ranch at the Premier Sports Campus here, the USA Freedom national team that will go to the Australia for the AFL International Cup next year rather, is being announced by Coach Christina Licata. All right, we're catching the tail end of this here. We're going to try, and we had Meg Leone of San Francisco, Natalie Smith of Nashville, Olivia Ortiz of Portland, Paige Kicker of the Minnesota Freeze, Ryan Johnson from the Seattle Grizzlies, Robin Leslie of the San Francisco Iron Maidens for the second time, Rosemary Clough of the Sacramento Suns for the second time, Valerie Barber Axelm of the Seattle Grizzlies for the first time, and I didn't hear the last one. Well, that's it. Those are the 28 women who will represent the USA Freedom as part of the AFL International Cup, which will be in August of 2020. And we'll hear more about that on usafl.com. The emergencies are being Eileen Yoon of Los Angeles, Alexa Roncascio of Nashville, Ali Alcocer of Seattle, Annika Stolane of San Francisco. These are the emergencies. Kathy Hoa of Minnesota, Claire Algazin of New York, Erica Sacchi of Philadelphia, and somebody from DC, I didn't hear it. I don't know if these are, I think this is the full side. And so that is the group that will come to the training squad at the beginning of 2020 ahead of the AFL International Cup in August. As we said, that will be held somewhere in Melbourne. We had Andrew Hughes here from the AFL who made the announcement that, or at least conveyed to us that the announcement will be made in early November. So congratulations to those young ladies as they will represent the Stars and Stripes here in 2020 at the International Cup. Now, Tom Ellis, who has been talking with us all day, and I think, Tommy, we might be able to hear you. To let us know what you're doing with the USA Revolution men's side.
Yeah, we had to look at a few more guys at the end of this week. We'll name 20 that are going to be going. We'll name another 15 that'll fight for the last 8 spots. Then we'll have a group go to Croatia in April, and then we go to Europe in 2021 after the Cup.
That Croatia trip, Tommy, really excites me. I saw Croatia play in 2017 at the International Cup, and I've seen them play in the European tournament. That's going to be a very difficult test, and I think a really good experience for the side that you're bringing over there.
Absolutely. I think they won the Division II at the last International Cup, and they're a good squad. It's going to be really good.
They beat a very good Germany team, and I'll tell you what, the USA has a lot of height. I remember Croatia having a lot of height, too. They had this guy, Tomislav Savetko, who played for Norwood in the Sandful, who was really good.
Yeah, they have some really big height. It'll be good because we'll be going to Croatia, so we'll be playing a lot of their locals. So some of those guys that play in Australia, we'll see a lot of their locals.
All right. Congratulations again to the women who have been selected as part of the AFL International Cup, the USA Freedom side in 2020. Meanwhile, we're set to go here for this match between the Denver Bulldogs and the Austin Crows. It's the second half, and the question is, will Denver come back from a 9-point deficit to take this one, or will Austin hang on to the lead? Everyone in readiness. Austin now kicking with the wind from right to left. As the ball is in the air, we're underway once again. Austin or Denver? Denver gets the opening hit out, but Austin kicks it forward to advantage over the head of Carpenter Wanyanwu, and going back to collect that one is Jared Waters. 10 marks to 8, by the way, in the first half for the Crows. They are getting their chances, Denver. They're going to send that one forward as that one gets chopped off at the pass. Little handball. That one gets sent high into the forward line. One-on-one contest. Now 2-on-1. That one is punched 3 by Barr. Over to the near side. Or check that. That was Burgess. And now a long handball out of the fingertips there. And, oh, did he keep it in? Yes, he did. Barely. And then he finds the hands of Mitchell Dell. And then he is wrapped up once again, and it is a good tackle. It'll be a free kick to Mitchell Dell of the Austin Crows.
Yeah, too high on Dell, stand to deliver towards where the US Freedom squad is. That could have been Cox. Cox, he said, I was born to rise. The number 40, and he did in the pack there. Nolan Cox kicks towards centre half forward. Smashed down by Denver. Let's pick up a few of the players. Cruising through the number 22 for the Crows was Barr. Denver back up towards the alley. Straight towards the number 9 there for the Crows is Gigliotta. Couldn't make the connection. Now to the other side, Denver. 17 you see out there is Mayberry. Mayberry going to make it happen, make it work out in the outer side. 2-on-1. Yes, desperation, crawling like on your knees and hands to your daddy there, and he did pretty well, the Austin Crows, considering it was a 2-on situation. 2-on-1 situation. He halved it, and the umpire comes in and says, I'll throw it to the air. That's umpire Dyer. Dyer will deliver. The 17-year-old, not fazed by the fact he's on the Department of Youth. The youth of Austin versus the old dogs for a hard road there in Denver. And Denver are against the wind. A lot of work to do. Austin with their special teams and outrider around it and corralled in. That's what I find with the Austin Crows there, Tom. Like I said, it's like a special teams unit. They move in fours.
Yeah, and they've pushed it to the side a little defensively, and the wind has definitely picked up down here on the field.
They're kicking towards the Bob Seeger side. They're going against the wind, and as the ball is up on that far side once again, it's going to take a lot here, and they're going to need to find some kicks together. Of course, we mentioned Alex Mayberry, RFD. Going back to take it as Daniel Duffield, and Duffield will send that one up, or looking to send that one up the far corridor, looking for the lead. None really forthcoming. He kicked that one into a contest. Good spoil in there by the man in Gigliotti. Giggity-giggity-goo. And that one's back into the middle of the ground. Long handball back. This is Tyrell, and he's forced to give a wayward handball. Big as it's not for the fear, not for angels to fear, something like that. I know what I meant to say. Ball goes to ground, and now going to pick that one up, a long handball. They're going to send a big smother in your face, he says. He serves up a facial. I don't know. I'm channeling Marv Albert all of a sudden. I think the sun's getting to me. We'll have a ball up. Denver inside 50 for the first time this half.
Umpire McLaren to the air, one there by the Crows. Number 9 you can see for Austin is Gigliotti. The big gig behind the pack, Denver. Couldn't kick it through, couldn't go around it either. Bodies throwing in with reckless abandon. Umpire McLaren won't abandon them, and he will send it to the heavens once again. Tommy, what do Denver have to do to break the deadlock there?
Yeah, they've got to get this settled down a little bit. There's guys outside. If you look around, there's some space.
33, good ruck tap there by Denver, who was Dalvin delivering. Austin, clear the deck, send it towards the wing. Wing, left alley, ESPN side of the ground, takes them on as the number 8 there for Duffield. Duffield trying to rally the troops. Now across to the 18, but the route was under Coyote. That was Wilson Humphreys of Denver. Austin, through the side door they went, like Tommy was saying. That's where their spare man is always on the outride to the boundary side. 2-on-1, can Denver work it out? They can't, they went to ground. Ground level. Now it's Andy Vanica, vectors towards the middle. In the middle of the dreams there is the number 20 there for Denver. 20 there is McMahon. Munn couldn't connect. Three for Austin is Brown. The baddest man in the whole town. And offloads like coming on a dream. The Austin halfback flanker all the way tonight in the afternoon, and find their man in Kenrick Tyrell. The man is just too big. The man is just too strong. You get the impression that he could bust through any bank in the United States, but he will not. And this Superman will have a shot on goal from about 45 metres out. 45-degree angle. In they go. Here they come. Tyrell, strangely inaccurate, and marked by the number 27 there in Garthright.
As the USA Freedom Ladies celebrate their selection down to our left, out in the middle of the ground, one-on-one contest. Pick that one up, Brown from downtown, but it's gone behind the stick. First score of the half, it's a behind to the Austin Crows. They move on to 3-2-20. The lead is 10 points, back to 1-4-10. Tommy, they dodged a bullet there.
Yeah, they're bouncing back. They've locked it in there, and they're really bouncing it back, and they've locked it in. It's going to be tough.
Ball will come back into play one more time up on the far side, and that one is in play. Ball goes to ground. Long left-footed kick in towards the sticks. Tyrell, it ricocheted away, Franco Harris style. And here come the Bulldogs out of the back. A little pass, a little shake, a little kick down the sideline. And in the middle of the ground, a little one-on-one. And here comes Denver. Carpenter Wanyanwu took him down after the fact, Nick Moretto. And the ball has gone sailing out of bounds. And 500 games of AFL umpiring experience, Shane McInerney calls that one out on the full.
That he does. And a penalty to boots. Umpire Gaviers has come this way with me. The number 36 there for the Austin Crows is Mike Montgomery. Montgomery, with his full measure, doesn't wait it. He breaks 66 ace in the hole, and he's programmed to receive. The Crow got a little treatment, but Gaviers said that's okay. Number 8, I think that could be Tim May, or Benjamin May it is. And Benjamin May can do what he wants to. Across this track, this Lakewood Ranch. Benjamin, big-time player, lots of experience. Seen him play on the ball and up forward. Complete player is Benjamin, as he now adjusts his right foot. Breeze at his back, slightly right to left. Not much left probably in the tank. But anyways, he knows what the success and the taste of the Papa John Hurrell Cup is all about from downtown. May the force be with you, Benjamin May. Be that as it may now, Austin on to 26, leading Denver, who are 10. Tommy Ellis.
Unforced errors. Unforced errors will get you in a championship game like this. They've done it 3 times now.
It's a 16-point lead, and Grilla, I don't know, you remember a year ago in Racine, Wisconsin, first of all, it was really cold. And second of all, they had this lead. They had this big lead towards the end, and Golden Gate clawed their way back into the game. So Denver not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Away they fly, away they go, and Denver says we need to get this back quick, fast, and in a hurry. Up the near side, long handball back. That one is Woofsus, the man who goes woof because he plays for the Bulldogs. On the end around, big tackle in there, and he is pinged. G-O-N-E gone. And it'll be a free kick to the Crows out of the halfback flank. They lead by 16 points, and they're closing in on their 5th USAFL Division I National Championship. That one is sent long up the side. Now they're chasing that one down. Over to get it is Mayberry. He spun right round like a record baby, and there is Tim Wilson Humphreys, the man with the mighty hyphen. Ooh. And that was a crunching hit. It was a strong hit. You might say it was stronger than a garlic milkshake. And we'll have a ball up directly across from us, I believe. Yep. And away we go again.
Out of side, Austin now seemingly through the motions, maintaining their structures. And that is one of them downtown. Another tall, heavy hitter. When he turns around, I'll pick him up. Can you spot him, Brian? I can't, but they've got 3 good forwards down there. One is Tyrell, obviously. Don't forget Chap, and there's 3. If he doesn't get you, May might.
That's Brian Malace, number 43.
Malace. Waste no time. This time, another one is right on time. Straight, super straight, and straight back onto the scoreboard we go. Yep, they're rolling down a mountain with momentum. 32 they now become. 5 goals to 32, leading Denver 1-4-10. Tommy.
Yeah, the points that they missed early in the game when they were getting points instead of goals is catching up to them right now.
The question is do they have enough in the gas tank? And, well, that's why a hybrid car is good for these situations.
Well, the good thing with Denver is the Mile High City. They've got some wheels. They've got
Yeah,
some lungs.
absolutely, because I've played in that altitude, and I know a lot of players here. We had the Central Regionals here, and it's similar. It's a little bit of a different feel, but in the heat. But Austin is turning up the heat. That one is sent in. It will roll, it'll skip, and it will be marked by Ben Carpenter-Wanyanwu. Was the best player of the 2017 AFL International Cup held 2 years ago, and the man who has 2 all-world selections will line up right in front of the sponsor and the ESPN3 sign. Carpenter, Wanyanwu, off of 2 steps. The kick is on the way. It's across the face, almost marked, and it's tipped over the line. That's a rush behind. 1 more point to Austin. That takes them to 5-3. That's 33. The lead is 23 points. Denver 1-4-10, Grilla.
Yeah, running on empty, Denver. They chose the broadcast side of the ground. Ended up being central. Oh, look at that. Mojo rising. That number 40 once again for the Crows is Nolan Cox. Now, Cox will fancy himself from downtown, as you like to say. Cox, with his brother on the sideline, anything you can do, I'm able to do better, he says. Here he comes, right to left. Gonna fall short. Tyrell went to the air. Ben Carpenter is around the place. A pretty formidable combination. Denver, that was Tyrell appealing for the free kick. Tunnel ball at the back. Ben Carpenter moving the chains towards the forward line. Deep into the forward line. Left full forward pocket. The 14 you can see for the Austin Crows is Pentadiari. And Pentadiari says, I'm a power player. Hey, hey, hey. Snaps and scores. He got it out to Carpenter, who lent a bit of assistance too. So on the scoreboard now, they just keep on rocking and reeling. They are 39. That's 6 goals, 3 Austin to Denver, 1 goal, 4-10.
Division 3, they were the runners-up in 2009. They lost to Dallas. They were the runners-up in 2010. They won the Division 2 in 2011. And from Division 1, they won in 2013 and 2015, both at home. And the question was, could they win on the road at Nationals? Well, they did that here in 2016 over Golden Gate. They did it last year against Golden Gate in Racine. And they're on the precipice of doing it one more time, as Daft Punk says occasionally when I put their CD in, and yes, I still use CDs from time to time, don't judge, and we'll have a ball up once again. As a secondary ball up comes to ground, that one is kicked. I thought I heard a deflection. I did, as that one was kicked up onto the far side, as Shane McInerney has to back up. He's kept in play. Hit in there, put by Jeff Talmadge, who another is one of the unsung heroes. Big hit, it's a crash boom opera, and it's a big hit once again. It's not for the faint of heart, this game of Australian football, but we still want you to play it anyway. Go to usafl.com and find a team near you.
That's it, USA.com. Brian Barish, the media manager there. You might be wanting to be an aspiring call or two. Up, and away we go. As a little darkness now descends on Lakewood Ranch. Over and out. On the full, Denver have it. Denver will pick up a number. In fact, it'll be the number 6, and that was Thomas Cramareri. He's had a really big tournament. Probably will figure in the award ceremony. That is to follow the lead towards the forward line. Tackled, rope pulled and branded. No way out. Umpire in. Ball up, Brian.
Ball up will occur. Denver right now, well, it's 29 points and not a whole lot of time to get said 29 points. They need 5 goals. And we have an injury here, and that's going to waste some time. Ball comes back into play. Running clock here, this 20-minute half. Ball up on the far side, and we have a whistle, and it looks like he's going to be holding the man without the ball. Denver's going to get a pretty important kick here, Tommy. It might be a bridge too far, but they got to start somewhere.
Yeah, if you're gonna get back in the game, you got to get this one and then a couple more right out of the middle.
As we saw last year, it's not over until it is over. Crameri, left-footed kick, starts left, stays left, goes even further left. The pack rises. Everybody gets down, gets funky, and then out of the back comes the man in Burgess there. Harry Burgess goes up the far side. And now they continue up the far side. Here comes Austin, and there goes, well, did that go out of bounds, I think? Yes, it did. It's going to be a free kick to Denver either way.
Yeah, number 15 there for Denver, Brian Hansen. Hansen will have to haul long now in front of the Coopers tent. It went. Undercut the route there with Austin out the side door. They're going to backdoor man and barge through down the alley. Austin, it's all their way or no way at all. Whistle on the play. Illegal contact still going the way of the Crows. Got it. They've got all the answers out there, the Crows, and they're playing with a kind of arrogance, which you'll find a little bit too much. Well, here we go out towards the left. Not picked up there by the number 17 in Denver, and it rolls out of bounds on the outer side. Tommy Ellis.
Yeah, time's running out for Denver at this point. Austin's played a very, very good game. Super physical. They move the ball very well. They're the national champs for a reason.
Stats update from statistician Ben Gluckman sees that the total inside 50s, 16 for Austin to 11 for Denver, but the Crows taking more marks, 16-9, 6-1 in this half, and there's another one, and you can give that to Mr. Tyrell. So Kenrick will go back. The ice cream is out. The bananas are cut. The whipped cream is on top. And the cherry, well, has on top of the sundae, and the Austin Crows are going to pocket their 5th title. The score, it's the Austin Crows 7-3-45. Denver 1-4-10. They're about to win their 5th title here, Tommy, you would think. But I'll tell you what, it's the way they move the ball. They're very smart with it, and they always pick out their spots.
Yeah, the leadership on that group, because they've been doing this now for a long time. It's not like this is something new, and they're very good at it. They've got a lot of different new players that play the same style, so they're able to bring them in and teach them how to play the way they want.
As the sun sets or begins to set on the 23rd edition of the USAFL Nationals, whistle on the play. Dylan Dye said there was high contact, the way of Denver. Denver, see if they can salvage something as they're heading for salvation. Left foot towards the beer tent. It went not quite. Number 2 there for the Austin Crows is Ryan. Ryan revs around, handball, links up with one of his buddies, booms it to the alley, outer side marked by the number 7. 7 is Tell Madge. Madge offloads, and now they explode with a power load towards right half forward. Bed carpet lurking, but well intercepted by the Denver Bulldogs. Not giving it away, not throwing the towel in. That would be the dumb thing that Paul Kelly would say. Denver now wide left connect, but sometimes you've got to take your chances down the old dirt road, and they're going to ride like they can't no more. Austin towards the forward line, thumped away by Denver. Another whistle on the play, over and out, outer side, Brian.
As the sun sets on this season, the sun sets on the national championship here in Lakewood Ranch, Florida, here on ESPN3, and we're so glad you're joining us across the country for this great sport of Australian rules football. As I said, USAFL.com. Follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/USAFL, on Twitter and Instagram at USAFL1997. Long handball back, long kick inside 50, heading towards the sticks. Was it touched? That's the question. The answer is no, it's a good football goal. 8th of the game for the Austin Crows, and the mystique just rolls along. That takes them on to 8-3-51. It's a 41-point lead, 1-4-10 for the Denver Bulldogs. Tommy Ellis.
Yeah, it looks like they're well on their way to their 5th. Denver's got 8 Division I titles. They're creeping up on them. They got 3 more to get.
And as the sun sets slowly in the west, and before we bid a fine farewell, we want to thank our partners there in the Braden Area Sports Commission. Also visit Sarasota, Beaches and Beyond, Coopers and 4 and 20 Pies. And a big special thanks there to Doran James, the tournament director, who's put on another real big show. Real big show here at Lakewood Ranch for the 2nd time in our existence. As it evolves into the forward line, we've seen the evolution of USAFL. AFL, from the powerhouse, indestructible Denver of the first decade to the Austin Crows, who were saying, yes, we do have our respect now. It's like they've come up against an old heavyweight champion of the world and then show them how it's done by the new generation, a new sensation in the pack attack. No one get out of there. Umpire says, give it to me, baby. And how good the umpiring has been from Govier out there, the young man, and Dye, who's only 17, under the experience eye there of Ross McLaren. And again, held to him. Can't move the change. It's Govier. Keep your eye on that man as he throws it to the air. Clears the range behind him. He will leave everything out on the field. And well done to all the players across the tournament, all across all 4 men's divisions and 2 women's divisions, who have given everything they have got in their mind and body and soul to this great game, which is USAFL. 100% pure football. Football USAFL style. USAFL.com. Here we go. Find it near you. It's near the Denver. They're going to fight it out to the bitter end. But the end is near. Austin claimed the mark. Not that way. Didn't claim it. There it is. As I was telling you, credits right on cue, Brian. I thought I'd better try something different to get through the quagmire here. Anyways, that's the way it is, Tommy Ellis, on the Coopers scoreboard. 51. I just need a bit of movement off the scoreboard there. 8 goals, 3, 51 to 1 goal, 4-10. The Austin Crows, and you could call them the heavyweight champions of the USAFL world, Tommy Ellis.
Yeah, it was a really good game. I'd like to see that. I love to see so many Americans out there playing. There's probably 6 of my players out there, and it's going to be really, really good.
Yeah, well done, Tommy, and all the best on the road there to Melbourne. Thanks for joining us, Coach.
A little bit of history, just statistics. That's the most points by a winning team in a Division I men's grand final, 51, since the 2003 Bulldogs scored 53 points. Congratulations to the Austin Crows.
And another one of our partners there, and Go Live Sportscast, of course. How could we forget them? Kelly and Frank, thank you for your efforts.
And all of the people here, all the production assistants, Alan, and all of the camera people, thank you so much for bringing this tournament across the world. Thank you, and of course to you, to Tommy Ellis as well. That's going to do it for us here from the USAFL National Championships. For the Gorilla, for Tommy Ellis and everyone else here, this is Brian Barish saying good night, good footy.